Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about fuel cells. Fuel cells generate electricity through a chemical reaction caused by mixing fuel cells with oxygen. There are a number of types, but cells using hydrogen are increasingly used in vehicles and electronic devices. How a fuel cell works. Fuel cell is an electrochemical cell that produces an electrical current which is used to power motors and other electrical devices. Hydrogen fuel cells produce electricity without combustion and emit only water as a air as a air byproduct. Obtaining oxygen from the air, the hydrogen from its internal tank, a car's electric motor can typically run for about for 480 kilometers, 300 miles. A hydrogen powered car. Fuel cells are usually deployed in stacks. These provide an electric current which is increased by a boost converter before supplying the motor. Supply of hydrogen. Hydrogen from a tank or other supply is pumped into the fuel cell and travels the anode. A chemical reaction. A chemical reaction at the anode strips the hydrogen atoms of their negatively charged electrons. The positively charged or hydrogen ions pass through the electrolyte to the cathode and any unused hydrogen is recycled. External circuit. The separated electrons are diverted along an external circuit to the cathode, creating an electric current as they move. Air supply. Oxygen from the air enters the fuel cell and travels to the cathode. Hydrogen ions reunited. When hydrogen ions reach the cathode, they reunite with the electrons and react with oxygen in the air supply to form water. Wastewater. Water is released by the fuel cells as a byproduct. A car powered by a fuel cell emits water at a rate about 100 ml per kilometer, 6 fluid O's per mile. Sources of hydrogen. Most hydrogen is produced from fossil fuels, particularly natural gas. The most common method used a process called steam methane reformation, which produces some carbon dioxide emissions. Or other processes such as electrolysis harness hydrogen without harmful emissions but use a lot of energy. Steam methane reformation. Methane and steam react to produce a mixture of gases which are sent to shift reactor where more hydrogen and carbon dioxide are created. A purification stage produces pure hydrogen. Fuel cells in space. Fuel cells first traveled into space on NASA's Gemini missions in 1965 by a stack of three hydrogen cells housed in a service module is also provided an electrical power for the Apollo manned missions to the moon. Each of the fuel cells contained 31 separate cells connected in the series. The fuel cells used by Apollo proved highly successful, producing up to 2300 watts of power while being less bulky than batteries and more efficient than solar panels. Are hydrogen fuel cells safe? Fears persist of hydrogen is extremely flammable, but fuel cells are manufactured with rigorous safeguards and hydrogen tanks in vehicles which are very tough and crush proof. Uses of fuel cells. Fuel cells remain an emerging technology which won a vast range of potential applications that make a use of its compact, convenient and exhaust-free source of electricity. Vehicles. Increasing numbers of forklift trucks, zero emissions buses, city trams, and some cars powered by fuel cells. Military. Small cells can power soldiers' electronic devices, while larger cells can keep drones in the air for long periods. Portable electronics. Micro fuel cells are being developed to recharge smartphones, tablets, and other mobile devices. Space fuel cells are common source of power in spacecraft. Mancraft can also use the fresh water they produce. Aircraft. Experimental fuel cell aircraft exist, but airliners are more likely to use them as backup power supplies. So bye guys, hope you learned something new today in my video. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. So bye guys, see you back in my next video.